Good morning, Burnaby, BC, Canada, and listeners around the world. Welcome into The Nest. My name is Braden Goodman, and here are today's top stories shaping our world. We start first with a look internationally as the U.S. government is on the verge of another shutdown under the Trump administration. How will this affect Canadians at home and abroad? Staying in the United States, President Trump issued new tariffs on Monday evening that could add further pressure on Canadian producers of softwood lumber and furniture. Taking a look across the globe, a 6.9 magnitude earthquake struck the Philippines late Tuesday, and the death toll has now risen to 69 and is expected to continue to do so. Let's dive in. U.S. President Donald Trump is hitting Canada's softwood lumber market with an additional 10% tariff, set to take effect on October 14th. Canadian press reporter Naira Almond has more.
That means Canadian softwood lumber entering the U.S. will now see total import taxes exceeding 45%, as Canadian producers already face anti-dumping and countervailing duties of just over 35%. Trump's presidential proclamation will also see a 25% levy on imports of kitchen cabinets and vanities, and those rates are set to increase January 1st unless countries reach a deal with the U.S.
The British Columbia Lumber Trade Council says the new tariffs are misguided and unnecessary and will drive up lumber costs, making housing less affordable for American families. Earlier this month, Canada dropped two legal challenges of U.S. duties on Canadian softwood lumber, as Global Affairs Canada said the decision was made, quote, in close consultation with Canadian industry, provinces, and key partners, and it reflects a strategic choice to maximize long-term interest and prospects for a negotiated resolution with the United States. The U.S. government shutdown has begun, and it's plunging the U.S. into a fresh cycle of uncertainty. President Donald Trump and Congress failed to strike an agreement to keep government programs and services running by Wednesday's deadline. Roughly 750,000 federal workers are expected to be furloughed, and many offices will be shuttered. Trump vows to, quote, do things that are irreversible, that are bad, as he seeks to punish Democrats. Trump's Republican administration has called for mass firings. Democrats pick the fight as they demand funding to save healthcare subsidies that are expiring and sending insurance costs soaring. Republicans have refused to negotiate. More voting is expected Wednesday. It's not yet clear how the funding stoppage might affect Canadians. It could cause issues for travelers who may face longer lines at airports and closures at national parks. This marks the third time the government has shut down under the Trump administration. The 6.9 magnitude earthquake in the Philippines was one of the most powerful to batter the central region in more than a decade, and it struck while many people were slept or were at home. ABC's Britt Clinette has more.
That strong quake killing at least 69 people, but that death toll, it is expected to climb. The earthquake in central Philippines also crushing houses, collapsing churches, causing fires and power outages. Hospitals are overwhelmed now, with emergency teams are using heavy machinery and sniffer dogs to find people trapped under the debris.
The Philippines now has the country considering calling upon other international actors to help step in for rescue and relief efforts. Now turning our attention to what's happening right here in our own backyard. We go now to our producer, Caleb Templeton, for a more detailed look at what our in-house reporters are up to. Caleb, what can our listeners expect?
Yeah, Braden, we have our reporter Cohen Sassaman reporting on the water in False Creek and how it has drastically improved in quality over the past few decades. And we also have reporter Joe McHugh talking about the 10% increase in tariffs with lumber and how this will affect Canadian businesses.
Very interesting. Can't wait to hear more about that. Now, I understand we also have a special For the Record segment today. Anything you can share with our listeners right now?
Yeah, we also have reporter Riley Cunningham doing a For the Record interview with someone who's currently suffering from the effects of breast cancer. They will talk about the social impacts and the lack of support a person with breast cancer will receive, such as losing friends and other relationships while living with breast cancer.
Very interesting. Can't wait to hear more about that and see what our BCIT reporters are up to. Now, weather-wise, we'll have scattered showers throughout the day and well into the evening. You're up to date in the world of news. My name is Braden Goodman, and this is 1680's BCIT The Crow. Welcome to The Nest.
Stay tuned for more on BCIT's 1680 The Crow.
It's your career, your vision, your goal. Navigate it your way. Flexible learning is designed for you. Learn a new skill or earn a degree at your own pace. BCIT, flexible learning for a complex world.